Welcome. I'm just going to take a couple minutes and see if anyone enters the room. This is my first live stream in a long time. I plan to do these weekly live streams on Sundays. And initially, I set the time for 2 p.m. Central, but I think I'm going to have the live streams a little bit earlier, maybe somewhere around 11 a.m. Central. And that's because um, I football season is going to be approaching, and I want to watch the game. I usually on Sundays during football season, I am watching game after game after game. And then I have to tune into the Bears, the Chicago Bears. That is my home team. And I'm a big fan, even though the past several seasons, they really haven't been doing too well. But I'm a big supporter of the Bears. Anyway, so I'm just gonna take a moment, and before I say any more, just wait a minute or two and see if anyone else enters the room. I quite didn't get this email blast out to everyone on my newsletter or everyone on my email list. I was having trouble with my email list. I was under one company, and then that company didn't send out my emails to everyone. It sent out a small portion. So everyone on my list didn't really get a chance to get my updates. And I newly launched a website. It's JulineAllensArt.com. And I'll put that in the description so you can easily access my website. But I newly launched the website, and I reached out to the people that were on my list from Women of Color in the Workplace and Women for Action over the year, and Lean In. And over the years, I've been doing work that were geared towards women empowerment. And I acquired quite a hearty email list from the work that I was doing. So I started emailing part of that list to let everyone know that I am following my passion, and my passion is creating art. And I not only do I paint on canvases, I also paint on furniture. So my website features some of the artwork that I've done on furniture. And so ultimately, the plan is to offer classes, tutorials that will teach people how to put artwork on furniture, or how to revamp furniture and turn it into a functional piece of art. So that is the plan. And you can access, if you sign up for my newsletter or my email list, you'll get updates on when that's going to happen. So yeah, I'm really excited, and I hope you'll join me on this journey. It's a very exciting journey and a scary journey, because it's not easy to follow your passion, to go after something that has been historically um, historically been something that people will say that is very hard to monetize. And creating art, the world is different now. So a lot of creators have found ways to monetize their art. which is what I'm learning. And if you're an artist, and you love creating art and you have a passion for it, uh, why not? Why not monetize it and turn it into a business? So recently, I just decided that I am going to monetize my artwork, turn it into a business, take it seriously. I've accumulated all this artwork over the years, and I literally have not done anything with it except for hang some of it on my walls. And I'm a self-taught artist, and so there is a level of insecurity because I didn't go to school for art. I've taken some classes and watched different tutorials and learned how to do certain things, but I'm self-taught, and so there was some insecurities there. Uh, but there is an audience and an appreciator for everyone. And so that's what I'm learning, is that everyone has their own unique artist. And so I'm ultimately trying to find my crowd, the people that will love and appreciate my art. And I mean, I've gotten tons of comments on my art, people saying that they like it, but because I'm self-taught, I was a little bit reluctant to embark on this journey. And I've been learning and finding out there are a lot of artists out there that are self-taught or have found out that creating was something that they had a passion for later on in life. And I'm not alone in that journey. And really, it just takes some dedication and commitment. And so I'm committed to this and I'm dedicated to this and I'm excited about the possibilities in this journey. So let me turn down my TV a little bit. I'm playing some classical music in the background. I like to listen to classical music while I paint. Um, it's hard for me to explain. It's just something about classical music that ties well into my art. It makes me think about the greats, the artists that came before me and the time period they were in, and that many of them were probably exposed to classical music. And um and so maybe and possibly I know that there are different artists like Zandisky is one. Zandisky listened to classical music while he painted. And I didn't know that. And I found out that I had that in common with Zandisky, that was something that he did and found comforting. So let's just dive into this piece that I'm working on. It's called Moonlit Waltz, and it's part of a series that I'm working on called Echoes of Light. And so the different paintings, the paintings that are part of this series either has the moon or the sun in it. And I'm probably, one of them is going to have a nebula. So I'm really excited about this series because I'm a big fan of the sun and the moon and nature and how it operates, and we're relying on it in nature. So I started this painting off with pastels, and so today I'm going to work on it with acrylics. But the only thing about that is when you put acrylics over pastels, you kind of get a little residue from the pastels when you're working with the acrylics. The residue kind of lifts a little. So I'm hoping that that this turns out okay. So I already prepared my acrylics on a paper plate. So I'm just going to go around the moon with a little bluish green, hoping that that will give the moon a little bit of a glow. And what I want to do is I want to spray it a little bit so the paint can glide across a little bit easier. So far, I've gotten a little bit. I've went over the moon a little bit more than what I wanted. So far, so good. I would have to go back over the moon a little bit because it's no longer a round circle. And the pastels isn't lifting, so that's good. And this is on top of another painting, and I'm hoping that it stays still because technically this isn't how you use an easel. So I went around it a little bit with the light blue, so I'm gonna go in a little bit darker with the dark blue. I'm gonna spray it a little bit so the color can blend in a little more. So it doesn't matter that the color that my I'm not perfect as far as the lines because I'm gonna go over everything again. And I'm just trying to create a smoother blend as opposed to basically go into a dark blue. So far, not it's not that bad. I mean, so far it's okay, but I gotta do a little bit more over here to blend the color. And I'm gonna add a little bit water. It's a little tough working on a painting that's so high up. My arm doesn't have the opportunity to rest. So far, not not too bad. I gotta grab a little bit more paint because I just ran out of paint on my plate. So, what do you like to do? Um, what do you like to do that's creative? It'd be interesting to know what you like to do that's creative. Because I'm a strong believer that everybody has some level of creativity. I think it's natural for us as human beings to be creative, to create things. So as you can see, um, the blue is getting darker, and the acrylic is totally different than the pastels. I initially worked with pastels on this, and I didn't prep the canvas first, so the pastels came out kind of blotchy. If you had a close up of the image, you would have seen that the pastel was kind of blotchy. And like if you can see her dress, it's not the color is not heavily saturated. And pastels naturally are the colors are so saturated. Um, so I ran into that problem. So I just basically decided, because I didn't prep the canvas first, I just basically decided to switch over to acrylics. And I really need my thin brush because the paint is, I mean, my brush with a smaller tip because the paint is getting on her skin. But I'm gonna go over it later. So I'm just trying to get in between her arms and dress with the darker color blue. And I'm probably gonna have to switch brushes so I can really get in here. So I need to work on blending this area up here. And this canvas is falling because it should it's in an awkward place. Okay, there we go. That should hold it. So I'm gonna spray it a little bit so that the blending is a little bit easier. Now the nice thing is this side over here that's kind of lit up with because of the moon. We're gonna cast light on that side. So we're gonna make sure that that side of her body has some light on it. So I'm just trying to make sure it's blended. That it's that is transcending in from light to dark, and it's like the more I mess with it, the more I gotta mess with it. So think that's good right there. Now I have to add a little bit more dark blue. So, running into this issue where I'm trying to make sure that it's perfectly blended. Okay, I think I'm feeling that. Yeah. And then I'm probably gonna add the dark blue, a little bit dark blue on this side. And I'm just gonna brush it lightly, dry brush it lightly. Okay. How's that? Maybe add a little bit more dark blue. Dry brush it a little bit so it blends, so it's blending better. But that's all I have for now. And the next thing I'm going to do is work on her skin. I think she's faceless, and I think I'm going to keep it that way. But I'm going to, with the acrylic paints, it's just going to make the skin a lot more saturated and richer. So I work on her skin, her hair. Her hair will probably be last. And then her dress, the bottom of her dress will probably be last. Uh, Next to last. So that's all I have for now. And thank you for joining me. If you want to learn a little bit more about my work, you can log on to JuleneAllensArt.com. That's JuleneAllensArt.com. The link is in the description. Purchase my artwork, support what I'm doing, sign up for our newsletter. I will be releasing updates on the furniture art classes. So if you're interested in that, it's best to sign up for the newsletter so that you can be the first to know about it. That's all for now. Thank you for joining me. Happy Sunday, everybody. Bye.